Welcome, my name is Mary Ann Wright and I'm a 4-H area educator with Lincoln University Cooperative Extension. I'm so happy you're joining me today as we kick off our virtual summer camp program. If you have joined and are registered for our program, then you should have received our first packet yesterday. So in this packet we have weekly activities as well as some of these grab and go activities that I'm going to be explaining how to complete in our videos. So the first week of camp, our theme is arts and music. Now if you didn't sign up and you don't have our packet, don't worry, you can still join in on our activities. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. Okay, when we got our packet, you will see a few things on the front that explain what's in the packet, some of the dates, and the schedule for the week. We are going to go ahead and flip all the way to the back where you will find our first grab and go activity, which is called Candy Watercolor. And that's what we're going to be doing today. And if you have our packet, you should have received most of the supplies you need for this activity. So in this bag, you will see you have multiple things, and this actually is for both of our arts and music activities this week. So for this one, you're going to need the Skittles. You're also going to need the paintbrush, and then you should also have a plain piece of cardstock at the back of your packet. So if you don't have a packet and you have those items, go ahead and grab them and then join us for the rest of this activity. Okay, so now that I have my grab and go activity guide sheet, I'm going to look first at what you will need. So in this section, it has a list of what's in the kit. So that's what I explained, that you will have the Skittle candies, the craft paintbrush, and the cardstock. But you also need a few more things, and those are some warm water. So I have that here, just some warm water. And then you'll also want 5 small cups or bowls. So today I'm just going to be using a small bowl, and this is so I can separate each of my colors. I also have a paper towel here, and that's always good to have when you're crafting or doing a project just in case you spill. So I have that right beside me in case I need it. So we look at our different steps for our project, and what we are going to do is we are going to make watercolor using candy. And this is really fun and an easy way to paint at home if you don't have all the supplies. But if you do have Skittles, or this even works with M&Ms. So if you don't have Skittles, you can also use M&Ms for this project. So our first step says that we need to sort all of our candy by color. And so that's what we need our little containers for. So that could be, like I said, a cup or a bowl. And you're going to take out your Skittles that are in your pack, or you're going to open a bag at home. And you're going to go ahead and separate. So Skittles come in purple, orange, and then we have yellow, green, and red. So 5 different colors. If you're using M&Ms, you'll have a brown instead of a purple. But the main thing is you want to make sure that your colors are separated in your container. So each container should only have one color. Now the next step is to add enough warm water just to cover the candy. So we don't want to put a lot, because the more water we put in, the lighter our paint color is going to be. And I want my color to be a little bit more vibrant. So I'm just going to take my warm water and just add a little bit to my cup, just so we have our candies there. And you're going to do that to all of your waters. And you can see there that the water's already starting to turn a little red. So we're going to do that again to the green, and then the yellow. Now you can use cold water, but it will take a little bit longer for those colors to really start bleeding off into the water. So that's why I'm using warm water when I'm doing this. So we have your water, then you're just going to let it do its work and start getting that coating off of your candies. Now, you can always add more water. It's harder to take the water out. So go ahead and start with just a little bit of water to start, and then you can always add. But I'm going to show you, we did the red first. So in this cup, you can kind of see, I'm going to tilt the camera so you can see in my cup a little bit, and you can see that my candies, that coating is starting to come off of my candies. And the candy's turning white, but my water is actually getting all of the coloring, and that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to check on my other colors, and if you want to just kind of stir it around, you can do that, or I'm just sort of rotating my cup to make sure that both sides of my candy are really getting the effects of that warm water and really turning a color. Now, if you think you want to do multiple paintings, or if you and your siblings or friends are doing this activity together, you can put a whole lot of Skittles in one container, and you can actually save the mixture. So after all of the coloring comes off, you can kind of scoop out your candies, throw those away, and you can save your coloring if you put a lid or some plastic wrap over that, and you can continue using this for several days. But today I'm just going to go ahead and use these colors to make one painting. So now that I have my paint, all I need is my paintbrush and my piece of cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. So I have the cardstock in front of me, and what I'm going to do is take my paintbrush and pick what color I want to start with. So you can kind of figure out what you're going to paint before you start. So I want to make some grass. And now your coloring is going to be very light. Like I said, that's why you want to add as little as you can the water. You just want enough so it really starts to break down that coloring. So I'm going to go into my purple over here, and I'm going to make a flower so you can really see that purple because it's a darker color. My green, I did add a little bit more water, so it's coming up a little light. So if you have extra candies, you can add that to your water mixture if you added too much water. But I'm making a flower here with my purple. I hope you can see that. And I'm only using one paintbrush. If you have more than one paintbrush, that's great. But if you only have one, I'm going to use this extra just clear water in between my colors. So I'm just going to kind of swish it around in there, and then I can use my paper towel to kind of dry that off before I pick my next color. So I'm going to make a sun here with my orange. And really, doing candy watercolor is as simple as that. There's several variations that you can do. Like I'm using some cardstock. If you have watercolor paper, you could also use that. Or you could also use a paper towel. This will really absorb the colors as well. And so you could test out a technique where maybe you dip your paintbrush in the water and then you just drip it onto the paper towel to form patterns and designs. Maybe I get some more colors, some different there. Go back to my green. So you can do this, and you see it really bleeds into that paper towel. So you can make an abstract painting with this. So I want you to play around with this. This is really simple, and if you have our kit, you have almost all the supplies you need. All you need from your house are some containers and some water. So this is a fun activity to do. So thank you for joining me today as we did our first grab and go activity. Again, this is candy watercolor. And if you didn't get a packet and you want this guide sheet, I'm going to go ahead and link it to our Facebook page. So you can head on over to Pemiscot County 4-H, where this will be available for you to look at and print off so you can use it at home. I hope that you join us again on Thursday when we do our next grab and go activity. This is also included in our week 1 packet. So we're going to be using this colorful paper to make an origami crane. So join us back Thursday at 1 o'clock when this video will post. Okay guys, thank you so much. I'm so happy you're joining us for our virtual summer camp this summer. Bye-bye.